Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Nadia and this is the place where we get real. And today I want to get real about period sex because just because a girl is on her period does not mean she doesn't want to get down and dirty. And I know that period sex can be a little scary for some of us girls and for some of the guys as well. So I want to break it down, I want to demystify it, and I want to make it easier for all of you to surf the crimson wave and have some pleasure along the way. Welcome back to my channel. Are you serious with me? Oh my god! Oh my god! I don't understand how these things always happen to me. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are already well aware of the fact that when it's that time of the month, many of us girls are at our horniest. And there's a reason for that. It's all of the hormonal changes that are going on in our body that can create a higher drive for sex. Also, because when we have sex, it actually helps to ease some of the pain of menstruation. In particular, having an orgasm has been shown to relieve menstrual cramps. But the problem is a lot of women have been raised to believe that periods are dirty, that periods are shameful, that they are things that we shouldn't talk about, and for that reason, we definitely shouldn't have sex on them.
I assume you're referring to women's troubles, and so I'll let that one slide.
I know that when I first started getting my period, I felt a lot of shame around it. Up until like a couple of years ago, if I had to go to the restroom in any kind of a public place, I would hide my tampon. I would find somewhere to hide it. If I didn't have a pocket in my pants, I would hide it in my bra, or I would slip it like into my sock. I would find somewhere to put the tampon, so heaven forbid no one would have to see a tampon. And it's crazy because I've spoken to lots of women about this, and this is a super common story. It's really crazy when you consider the fact that roughly half the world gets a period and that periods are perfectly normal things. I really want women to stop feeling so much shame around their periods. I definitely want women to not have to hide their tampons and their sanitary pads just to go and use the restroom when it's that time of the month. I don't want you to feel embarrassed about that. And I most especially don't want you to feel embarrassed to get it on with your partner when it's that time of the month. So let's get into a few of my tips and tricks for having period sex and making it more comfortable for both you and your partner. If you have a partner who shames you about having a period, who tells you that periods are disgusting, who tells you that they won't have sex with you on your period because for the very reason that they are disgusted by your body's natural function.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
Please see that as a red flag. No pun intended. And please know that a partner who loves and respects you will never make you feel any kind of shame about a normal bodily process. I personally, just as my kind of bare minimum standard, will not date or be in a relationship with a guy who flat out refuses to have period sex. Particularly if that same guy is demanding that I provide blowjobs and that I swallow, and then has the hypocrisy to suggest that he won't have period sex with me. So please try to keep that one in mind, ladies. Really ask yourself, is your partner creating more shame for you around your period? And if they are, then really look at whether they're the right person that you want to even be having sex with. This is called the Ziggy Cup. I will put a link to it down below. Not making a commission off this, probably should, because this is gonna save a hell of a lot of women's sex lives. This baby is actually specifically designed to catch your flow and be worn during sex. And if you wear this during sex, your partner actually won't even know that you're having a period because it's going to catch all of your flow. So there is essentially going to be no trace of menstrual blood. So the way you insert it is you actually pinch it like that so that you've got it in that kind of, you're essentially making it into like a tampon shape, and then you're going to push it up into your vagina, and you push it up essentially the same way you would with a tampon. You're pushing it up as far as your finger will go, and then what you want to do is just push it up. It's going to sit at the base of your cervix and catch your flow. So your vagina is not going to have any period flow inside of it. And then to retrieve it, all you need to do again is you just put your finger up inside your vagina and just feel around. You'll feel the little ridge of the edge and just grab it and push it, and it will come down, and then you can just pull it straight out. You just wash it with warm soapy water and you can reuse this thing hundreds of times. So it's just amazing. I think from memory it costs around $30 or $40. Either way, money very well spent and amazing for mess-free period sex. Now, if you don't want to go out and buy a special product to have period sex, and by the way, you absolutely don't need to do that. I personally often have period sex without wearing any kind of a product. Then what I would recommend doing, just to put your mind at ease and your partner's mind at ease, is to just lay down a towel. I mean, it's really not rocket science. If you're worried about mess or, wrecking your bed sheets or wherever it is you're having sex, if you want to save your furniture, just lay down a dark colored towel. When you're finished having sex, just put the towel in the wash. It's going to mean that you can just enjoy sex and you're not going to be constantly worrying about whether or not there's mess, whether or not you're staining anything, and you can just relax. If your partner is a little bit uncomfortable with the mess factor and they're not really sure what to expect, or if you're a little bit uncomfortable with it, just have shower sex. Any mess is going to run straight down into the drain. You're not even going to see it. You're both going to come away totally clean, and you can get as messy as you want, and both of you can just relax and not worry about it. Now, this one is more for the men who are watching this, because there are men who have really a lot of misconceptions around periods and how periods work. A lot of men seem to have this idea that periods are something that happen constantly when we're on them. That basically when a woman is on her period, she is just bleeding the whole time. Oh no! Shit! By the way, ladies, if you are bleeding constantly, that's not normal, and you should definitely consult your doctor or your OBGYN about it and get that checked out, because it can be a sign of endometriosis or something else. But for most women, it's actually just 1 to 2 tablespoons of blood that are lost across the entire length of their period. So women have periods that last anywhere from 3 to 7 days. Some women can even have a period that lasts for 1 to 2 days. That sounds like heaven. If you're a man watching this because you're freaked out that you're gonna have sex with a woman and it's gonna be like a murder scene, there's gonna be blood everywhere, I can put your mind at ease right now and say that simply is not going to happen, because women just do not lose that much blood. Our blood doesn't just come out like a tap. That's not the way that menstruation works. Period sex can be really fun. It's a great way to relieve menstrual cramps, like I mentioned earlier on, and it's a great form of self-care. It's something that makes you feel good when you're on your period. And by the way, ladies, period sex doesn't have to be something that you do with a partner. Period sex can be something that you do on your own with your vibrator. You don't have to be worried about mess. There's going to be at most a small amount of blood on your vibrator, and you can just wash it off with warm soap and water. So don't be scared of menstrual blood. Don't be scared of period sex. Sex is supposed to be messy. There are smells, there are noises, there are fluids, and it's all part of the fun. Let me know in the comment section, what are your feelings on period sex, either as a woman or as the partner of a woman? Do you love it, hate it? Are you really completely indifferent to it? And guys, please, before you go, obviously subscribe to this channel if you are new here and you're not subscribed yet, but also subscribe to my newsletter. I'm going to put the link in the video description down below. It's totally free, and it's there so that I can connect with you guys and give you tons of great advice on the go if YouTube takes my channel down again. I hope you got stacks of information out of this video, and I hope you're feeling a little bit more comfortable in your body and that you're going to go forth and have lots of awesome period sex. See you in the next video.
Join my members-only community over on Patreon for as little as $2 a month to enjoy access to extra videos, tips, articles, and so much more.